Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsockеtradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
It's Coffee and here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning on a cold, icy, kind of wet Wednesday morning. It's January the 7th. Hi there, Joe Callahan with you. And joining us at the table, we have Melissa Smith from the St. Antoine Communities after a nice 2-week hiatus for the holidays.
You were gone 2 weeks, though.
No, just one for him.
Sorry.
So Happy New Year.
I really missed a lot. One whole week without the whole group.
Nice to have you here. And
Thank you.
Tim Draper's here as well. Hey,
Good
Tim.
morning, everyone.
And the comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. Melissa, it's time for our first message, though, from the St. Antoine Communities.
Well, I guess just in case the audience has forgotten who I am and what I do and where I come from, I should open with just a little overview of the services that are offered on the property at St. Antoine Community. We are located in North Smithfield, right up in the corner next to Blackstone and Woonsocket. On our property, we offer an expansive continuum of services from assisted living to short and long-term skilled care. We have a wonderful state-of-the-art rehab facility as well as 2 levels of memory care. And I'll just insert in this message, I have spoken in the past about the fact that this time of year is very busy, and we have wait lists on all levels of care, which we still in fact do. But a lot of families that we're meeting with and screening their loved ones, especially for assisted living, are really coming to us a little too late, and their loved ones really need the next tier of services, and they're not prepared for that jump past assisted living. So I'm encouraging you to really come out on the earlier side, take a look at the services offered in the starting point, which is really the Villa at St. Antoine. Get familiar with it, get an understanding of what the admissions process is like, and obviously I'll walk you through your options, but we want to make sure that we find the best environment that will support your loved one and their needs. So feel free to reach out to me at 401-767-3500 or email me at msmith@santantoine.net.
All right, very good, Melissa. Well, we're going to start out with some sad news. This story came down the wire about an hour ago now, about 7 this morning. An Uxbridge police officer has died after being struck by a vehicle on Route 146 overnight. Let's see, Representative Joe McKenna announced the news on social media, saying the officer was accidentally killed while helping a broken-down vehicle on Route 146. Doesn't say if it was north or southbound, not that it really matters. Could have been ice-related, possibly. We don't have all the information just yet. Channel 10 says they've reached out to Uxbridge Police looking for more information, and I'm sure it'll be updated as soon as they send us more information with names and everything like that.
Out there doing his job.
Just very tragic, and that's a shame. But that we got that news about an hour ago.
I will say I find the digital signs on the highway now, which 146 doesn't have a lot of them. 295, I was driving to Cranston yesterday midday, and they were already alerting on all the digital signs
about the weather.
Black ice tonight.
Yes.
Be careful,
Beware.
and it's just a good visual reminder, and it makes you wonder if more highway systems, especially 146. They really don't have
dark.
any.
146 is
It
dark.
really is not well lit. It's 2-lane. There's not a lot of space in the breakdown lane even.
It's like Route 6 and through Johnston. And
And it
up to
flashes fast. It can go, I mean, my husband does that drive to Worcester all the time, and he comes home at all hours of the night, and it's true. It just completely can flip very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
a little
146
warning reminder is good.
Yeah, it's great with the 2 lanes going over the flyover bridge, but it's still a work in progress.
It
is.
And they have not completed work yet. So
Are they gonna? I wonder if they're going to repave. There's lots more. There's still a lot of patch paving.
Yeah,
in there.
it is a
It's
little
not
bit.
horrible. I love the fact that it's open and it is nice.
Yes.
Makes you wonder if they're waiting for the frost heaves to
Probably.
come in a little bit,
I think
let all the dust settle and then
Possibly.
come back and pave it in the spring.
They used to, and I don't know if they still do it anymore, but they used to shut the asphalt plants down in December because they can't keep the asphalt hot enough to put down on the surface of the road. And then
Makes sense.
And then with the frost heaving and all other stuff, it doesn't bond well, and then eventually it cracks and breaks. And
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask my nephew, who just got hired by Skanska, if I'm saying it properly, Skanska.
Yeah.
I see
Skanska.
that.
I added the Rhode Island
Gangsta.
Totally did. I totally Rhode
I see
Island
their
it.
name on trucks all over.
Yeah,
the
he
road.
worked
They
for them
partnered with Lynch, I think.
freshman
so,
year of college. He's a engineering student at Villanova.
Yep.
Very proud to say, Dean's List.
Oh, that's good.
Every semester since the freshman year. He's very, very bright and promising. But he did internships all 4 years, and his first one was working with them Yeah, so it would have been the summer before sophomore year. And then circle back, love the company and love their projects that they bid on are worldwide. It's not just here in America. They have a few big projects in Boston, a couple in South Carolina. So anyways, he doesn't know where he'll land, but he's thinking he might come back to that project. But he's followed it and used that project like in some of his presentations and the success of it. And honestly, it's been well executed. It really has. I mean, compared to some of the other projects in Rhode Island that I've looked at, I'm like, this has been pretty smooth considering what they designed. I never could envision it. And now I'm like, oh.
I always thought it would have been
makes
easier
sense.
to build a tunnel under 146.
But they probably looked at it.
Yeah.
But then,
Like, of course.
money and...
Probably
like, I'm
cheaper
an
to go
engineer,
over.
But
Yeah.
it was fascinating the way they built it.
Yeah.
They built a one lane.
Yeah.
And then they built the one next to it, and they opened
moved
them,
it.
and then they
Yeah.
started building the others on either
Yeah,
side. It just
on
was
either
it was
I
fascinating.
really want to see, we talked about this
That's why
before
we're
I
not
went on
engineers.
leave.
That's right.
Yeah.
If they can now just like maybe throw in a little reconstruction for like where 99 merges down into 146.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's
and
not
you're
great.
trying to cross over from 146 to 295.
Oh, yeah, that's
They are
I'm almost getting clipped
that's-
every time.
That's part of the project.
Is it?
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
You found that out. I feel like we didn't know this.
We had, well, everyone was worried about the bridge
Yes.
first. But part of the initial press release from the DOT back from 2022, which I did keep out, I think it ran out, and someone threw it out, but fixing the 295 south to 146 north to 99, that whole
Yeah.
interchange, and the other one.
Right.
They are supposed to do something better with it.
Awesome.
So,
I'm a little surprised.
and
that
it's supposed to
they-
be fixed in 2026. So we'll see.
Really?
We'll see what comes of it
I'm
this year.
a little surprised that they never figured out a way to get from 146 to 99, like 146 south,
46
getting
south.
on to 99,
Like a loop?
'Cause
Without
you have to
crossing
go. Well, they're going.
295?
What having to go Breakneck Hill Road? Come
Yeah, yeah.
right. Not
Oh,
Breakneck
yeah.
Hill Road.
No, you're right.
Sales Hill Road.
Sales Hill
Sales
Road,
Hill, yeah.
and then get on 99 from Sales Hill Road. Why wouldn't you just put a flyover somewhere? I guess there's
Just
some
whip that
buildings and
up.
stuff
Can
there,
we-
but
Yeah.
Whoever's listening, can you just whip
that's
that up
just never
too?
going to happen.
I'm more. It feels more lethal.
Yeah.
Let's focus the money in that area.
Right.
But you're right. That's funny. I never thought about that because you do have to come off to go to loop up.
All right, I got a question for Melissa, just on a see how things are going. Is your daughter that's in college?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she now holding it over her sister who's in high school because your daughter in college has a much longer break? And now your
yeah.
your daughter
She's
that's
home
went
till
back
the
to high school.
18th.
That's right. So your daughter who has now started back at high school, while your older daughter is like, I'm going to sleep till 10.
Oh yeah, it's not going well, and it's not going well with the tiptoe factor. And so, fortunately, my oldest can sleep through anything now. Like she's been exposed to dorm life. I feel like she's learned how to sleep through a tornado. But my youngest one definitely does not hold back on her bedroom door wide open, the clanging, the slamming, the toothbrush throwing it in the drawer.
I got to
like,
be up. Everybody,
You know,
be up.
everyone's got to be up, and
Oh, that's funny.
I will just say on a positive note, it's been like pure joy, actually. Like, I don't think they realize they love each other. They missed each other. They would never really officially say it all the time, but like having them home and the laughter and the bond, and they really understand now that like the time together they have is important. And my oldest has been inviting my youngest along for some hangouts with her friends,
well,
and
cool.
there's been some nice. We've been witnessing some nice
bonding.
things.
Good.
But yes, now that we're back to school this week, there was a little cranky factor of like I'm heading to bed at 9:30, 10, and you're staying up on the couch still, and
11.
you know, yeah. Yeah,
right.
but
Well,
I
it's-
can't believe how long these college breaks are.
It's a month.
Can we talk about that?
but
Some
it's-
are going back now, some of her friends, but like she's here till the 18th.
I always had a month.
Yeah, we were.
From
We
Rhode
were
Island
But
College.
she was done on the, what did I tell you guys? I mean, I was on the air 10th. What is that, Friday?
Well, I
I
always
want to say
went
the
a couple weeks
10th
before.
or
I went
11th.
to like the 20th of December.
Yeah. So
And,
she stopped early, and I
Wow,
don't
that's-
mind.
well, that's early, yeah.
But I feel like
Time to go back. I wanna
she's
get 10 of
itching,
my
I'm
money's worth.
itching. Well, the laundry
that's the thing, the more you
and
spend,
the
the less
grocery
they go.
bill and all the things. I'm like, sure, you can have your friends over and they can eat every single
Everything,
thing
yeah.
in the fridge and freezer and pantry. Absolutely.
That's why I keep asking my daughter, who's home on break as well, are you home for dinner? Because I need to know what
much to
what
buy.
the plan.
Well, I'm glad she's working. A lot of her friends aren't working, so I feel very grateful that she knows she needs to make some money to go back with it. She's not going to just get money from mom and dad. But I feel like her new thing now is if she's working a shift, like let's say 2 to 8, like she is tonight, well, is someone going to bring me dinner?
No.
Am I, what?
It's the answer is no.
Like you
Plan
should
for
have.
that. Bring-
Well, I was out with so and so having coffee, and I went right to work. But I I didn't pack anything.
That's not my fault.
Okay, well,
What do you do when you're at school? Like,
yeah,
you plan ahead, you coordinate. Like, I'm going to the library to study. Do I need to grab something on my way? You gotta, what? I'm not gonna keep. I did it in the first couple weeks because I was so happy she was home, and now I'm like, enough.
Yeah,
Well,
now you
plan
figure it
ahead.
out.
Yeah.
Like I've told my daughter, pretend I'm not here.
Pretend I'm not
what
here.
What would you do?
Pretend I got hit by a bus.
I'd order DoorDash.
DoorDash. Oh
then,
my
well, then
God,
go
DoorDash.
ahead. And she does it all the
I'm
time.
amazed at the number of, when we go out to breakfast on Sunday mornings, on occasion, we don't do it every Sunday, but we go to like Eggs Up in Cumberland. How many drivers come in and just pick breakfast food up?
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
You can't make it
you're
yourself.
rolling out of bed. You can't throw some toast in a toaster and a couple eggs in a frying pan and make your own?
It's way too much work.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really this generation is lazy. They are lazy.
Well, I might have said this before. You know, my daughter works at a Dunkin' Donuts, and of course they have DoorDash and Uber Eats come pick up stuff.
Yeah, donuts.
Not donuts. Some people come and pick up drinks. But not like a nice coffee or their refreshers. I said, just one drink? Yeah, just one. It comes in on whatever it comes in on.
How
they
much
make
they must
it,
have
put it
paid
up.
for that?
I'm like,
I know.
I said,
Like the upcharge, right? The upcharges.
How lazy is that?
Well, yeah. I
You
mean,
know.
that's amazing to me that they're
We
doing
make
that.
one drink, and the Uber guy comes in and grabs it and,
Right.
and leaves.
Yep.
So
I would like to know, can you ask her and get back to me by next
right.
week on this?
write this down.
Is it honor code? What is it when it comes to the pick up the drinks in Dunkin' Donuts? You know how people can pre-order and pick them up and
Yep.
run? My kids do it all the time. They'll place the order and they'll pick it up in the store, but like no one's questioning. They're just grabbing it and leaving.
Well, 'cause
how does that work?
your name is on the drink.
Right, but I can be Tim.
Oh, sure, you could. No
You know
big
what I
deal.
mean? Does any-
I've
that
actually
is-
never had a problem.
That's a great question.
Neither has I've said it to my girls. I'm like, how have you never, either grabbed the wrong one or gone there and yours isn't there? They're like, never happens.
Now they've made the coffee.
So it's
wrong,
got
but
to
that's a whole
be
different
honor
problem.
code.
I'll ask her because I've been in her store, and you can see where the Uber Eats orders are.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never seen the one that say pick up only kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I'll ask her
Yeah.
and see what
I'd
she
like
has,
to know.
has
I
to
can't
say
believe
about
there's
that.
They
that
have a
many
lot of-
honest people in this world, considering what's
Well,
going
it's
on
about
in this
coffee.
world.
It's about breakfast coffee, stuff like that. So there's probably a different sense of honor there.
I was going to say maybe they don't do it, but they must.
They must. I mean, I could see myself like, oh, that looks good.
But she
Some
also told
Dunkins-
me the other day because they were having issues with staffing, and the manager or the owner of the franchise says, "Yeah, okay, just close the door at 6." They stay open at 9,
Yeah.
and just do the drive-through. I said, "Well, that leads me to what about pickup orders? How do they get it?"
Well, they can
I
go
guess
to the
they gotta
drive-through and get
drive-through,
it.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I think they
So-
can.
So I'll have to
These
ask
are the
how
weird things
how
that make
works out.
my
It must,
mind
It must
spin.
work on the honor system.
Because you're right. They just put them up there.
Because the people just, you could just walk in off the street and say, "I'm Tim."
Yep.
I hope I like this.
Yeah.
Oh my
Go
God.
home. All right, we're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. More coming up. So, Melissa, time for a second message from the St. Antoine communities.
And I have no idea what to talk about.
Well, it's in North Smithfield, right?
And it's
No big events coming up?
that's exactly the issue I'm having is I feel like I'm still post-traumatic stress recovering from all the things of last year, and I haven't even rolled into like what this new year schedule looks like. Usually January is pretty flat for community events, so I will say there's nothing new and exciting happening.
right.
But I will say stay tuned. We definitely take pride in the fact that we are an extremely involved community with our own community, whether it's supporting the school system or whatever else. We do have a couple of senior students doing senior projects at St. Antoine Community, and I will do a little special shout out to Sandro Lay, who is a senior student that graduated last year from North Smithfield High School. He circled back in his college break to hang with the seniors, and it was the most
Really?
adorable thing that happened. And just to see the fact that these kids, it's not just about their project and giving back to the residents, like they're getting something out of it as well. So we have those types of things happening. As soon as I get my act together, this is day 3 back from break. And I mentioned to the crew off the air that we have the bishop. We have Bishop Bruce joining us today.
Wow.
So we have a very full, packed day for our residents that are living at St. Antoine. So I guess my best advice is take a look at our Facebook page, take a look at our website. In the next week or so, I should be posting what's coming up for events in our community, but you at least can take a peek at what we've done in the past and get excited about what sneak peeks might be coming up next.
No, is he going to do a mass when he comes?
He is. He's
in the
doing
chapel?
Mass at St. Antoine Residence today, and then I have my whole
Now,
itinerary.
when you say, I always get this confused. When you say he's doing a mass at the residence, is he doing it at the not at the villa. He's doing it at the
nursing home.
nursing home.
Yep.
Because that's where the chapel is.
Yep, and everybody's welcome. The residents are welcome to come. If I said everybody, we wouldn't have room. The residents are welcome to come. Staff is encouraged to come down. It's definitely, obviously, we have an intercom system in the building, so even residents that can't physically make it down to the chapel are able to listen and participate.
So they broadcast the Mass?
They do, every
that's
single
cool.
day.
Oh, that's
Every
great.
day I feel like I am in Mass.
Wow.
Every day, because my office is in that building. So
right.
feel very blessed every day.
I was going to ask
And
that. Do you subconsciously just bless yourself when you're supposed to?
Sometimes I say to
Say the
my
Our
kids,
Father,
and this
you know?
is not a very Catholic thing to say, your father can take you to Mass, because Mom's been to Mass 5 times this week.
Right.
I'm all set.
Sometimes I say I've had my fill.
I'm putting him in the bank.
I know, and shortly after that Mass, we will be bringing him over and welcoming him over to the villa. He'll be joining us for lunch, but we have 2 seatings for lunch, so he's going to stay through one, do a blessing of first meals, and stay and do a blessing through the second. So it'll be
good for him.
a nice intimate opportunity today. We're excited to have him, and it'll be fun.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, more Coffee and coming your way. Please stick around.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ON is always on.
Hey, Woonsocket, guess who's back in business? Trudeau's Auto Repair on Cass Avenue is officially reopened under brand new local ownership. Fabricio and Kristen invite you back to Trudeau's Auto Repair. With more than 20 plus years of automotive experience, the new owners have been a longtime customer of Trudeau's, and they're committed to continuing the honesty, trust, and care Trudeau's has always been known for. Tune-ups, diagnostics, oil changes, and general automotive repair, plus Rhode Island State inspections can all be done at Trudeau's Auto Repair, 654 Cass Avenue in Socket. Follow them on Facebook. Hi, Joe Callahan here. In the winter, don't get caught without Inferno Ice Melt from Belo's Flowers. Remember the snowstorm we had after Christmas? I used Inferno Ice Melt on the snow in my driveway before shoveling. What a huge help in reducing what needed to be removed. And then I used Inferno Ice Melt to clean up the rest, and I was down to bare pavement within hours. 50-pound bags of Inferno Ice Melt are available today at Belo's Flowers. Inferno Ice Melt is environmentally and pet safe. Belo's Flowers also has Cubics wood pellets for your wood stove. Inferno Ice Melt is essential for your home in the Blackstone Valley. Get your bag today at Belo's Flowers, 665 Diamond Hill Road, Woonsocket. Just like they did on Christmas Day, Missy's Family Restaurant on Clinton Street in Woonsocket is open on New Year's Day from 6 a.m. to noon. They'll be serving your favorite breakfast dishes only: eggs, pancakes, French toast, waffles, omelets. It's a perfect way to begin 2025. Come to Missy's Family Restaurant, 801 Clinton Street, Woonsocket, for a wonderful homemade breakfast on New Year's Day. Happy New Year from Judy and the staff at Missy's Family Restaurant. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
You hear it all on ON Radio.
It's Coffee In on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. A quick little PSA here. This is really for you, Melissa, because it's for North Smithfield Town residents. You can take part in the semi-annual 3-hour life-saving program. It's hands-only CPR, AED, and Stop the Bleed training. And it's open to the first 50 registered North Smithfield Town residents and its employees at no cost.
My guess is you probably have to do that.
You probably are.
Like I have to take Bank Secrecy
good.
Act training. You probably have to take healthcare
sorry,
training.
say that again? What
Bank
would-
Secrecy Act
Bank
training. You
secrecy.
probably
Is that
have.
like the equivalent of HIPAA in the healthcare world? What is that? Bank
It's
secrecy.
a little bit. It's all. I have everything. I've got all the harassment trainings. I've got the security training. Got the information training. I mean, it's just now it's the beginning of the year, so all those annual trainings that you have to do get loaded into our training system, and they say, okay, here you go, have at it. You've got until this date to get all these trainings done, and you got to get an 80 or better on all the tests. Okay.
So these programs in North Smithfield will be taught in accordance to the American Heart Association, the American College of Surgeons, and the American Safety and Health Institute standards. You will get a certificate. Will be awarded upon successful completion of the program. They want to change bystanders to by-doers. They don't want you to go, hey, look at that guy
I
having a heart
have to tell
attack.
you,
Does
I
anyone
think
know
it's
what's going on?
I think that's awesome. I do think that, like, just my personal opinion, when an emergency occurs, I I feel drawn to the situation. Like I want to support this. I want to help this. I want to, like, whatever it is. Someone's fallen. Someone's having a hard time breathing. Like I'm not even a nurse. I just want to get in there. And I think there's some people who feel like they can't. And so I think if you can equip them with some basics, whether it's an emergency happens in their home, whether it's at a family reunion, whether it's at church, whether it's at the mall, you want to feel like you have a little knowledge of something so you don't feel helpless. Because I think there's more guilt with being helpless in a situation.
I always feel like I'm going to do something wrong.
I don't think you can really do anything wrong.
Well, that's it. No, but
going to.
Like, did I forget something about the training? And no, am I not supposed to raise their legs up, or am I supposed to put them down? Or
so my husband just went through. They just mandated everybody go through this, like, like these prompts, like almost like an online training version of what you're describing. So not in person, but a refresher, and it's a annual certification he has to go through, whatever. And I'm listening to it in the background because it was on vacation. So he's got it on the counter, and it's like a 2-hour like prompt thing, and he's skipping through. Yeah. And then he's skipping through to the test, and then he kept getting. He's probably going to kill me if he's listening. And he kept getting it wrong and failing the test. And I'm like, if you just stop and listen to the whole thing,
you'll get it right. Yeah.
But it developed into a conversation, and I'm like, to be very honest, in all of my years of healthcare, the compression count keeps changing. Right. And you just said it. What I was thinking, which is like, you feel like you're going to do something wrong. In all honesty, you really can't do anything wrong if you're trying. Right. And if the count isn't exactly perfect,
it's okay.
You're just tying over the situation until someone can be there that's a professional.
Is
and
it
if
15?
Someone,
is it 10?
I know. And it's in my 20 something years, I can't even think how many years I've been certified. It has changed like 7 or 8 times.
It
keeps changing.
Full mouth to mouth, and it's no mouth to mouth, and it's the mask that you got to have to use the mouth to mouth, and you got to have a bag, and it's like, okay, well,
and you're not even grabbing that stuff in an emergency.
Now with all the AEDs now, if you've got an AED somewhere local, you just hit the button and it says, okay, do this, do this, do this, which is much better.
This event in North Smithfield will take place at Scouters Hall. In Slatersville on Saturday, March 21st, so you got a little time. Yeah. At 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., so it takes all your morning. And if you were interested or have questions, you can contact Richard Severia. You can call him or text him at 401-527-8959. You can also make reservations there as well.
It's well worth the training, and they're probably going to talk about AEDs too.
Well, I think all the buildings I think in town have AEDs now. Yeah. So I think a lot of people are intimidated just by that. Like, what does it look like? Where can I find them? So even if they just expose people to
the on button, that's kind of what you got to do.
Exactly.
All right. On a completely different note, 766-1240. This note came in. It says Venezuela and now Greenland. Trump is scary. I don't know what is going on in Greenland.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Anything new there that he wants to?
No,
just the same old. We're going to take it over, and I'm like, how are you going to do that? Yeah. Okay. It's starting to get aggravating.
I know there was like a whole, debate. I was snooping. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is on social media. And this whole explosive dialogue took place between two people in my town. Over the Venezuela invasion, and going back and forth between how is it okay to strip this dictator out of the country, but then
not another one,
right? And going back and forth, and the bottom line is all of this is yucky.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone's saying that the president dictator-ish person in Venezuela wasn't a bad person and shouldn't be removed. It's just how we're going about everything. There are rules and there are laws and there are processes for a reason. And if we start to ignore them and we start disobeying the process that is sort of embodied by the whole world, there's going to be no rules in terms of how they approach us.
I feel like it's a lot of shoot, ready, aim.
It's scary stuff.
Right.
And I do have friends with kids in the military, and I think not everybody is let's say of the president's mindset, and I think it must be hard for those that are in the military that they're loyal to their country and to their mission and to their commitment, but got to be scary that you might be sent into some of these countries and you don't agree with the politics.
Right.
You have to go along, but you may not agree, and what is that going to do to our?
You've got former Navy officers telling you not to do it.
I know.
And that's a whole nother problem.
I know. I don't think any of us are really educated enough. I think we're all educated, but educated enough to really participate in a debate on this, because there are good sides all around, but I'm really getting a little cringy that it's dividing our country again.
It is.
The debate is out there and people are going right back to I'm red, I'm blue, and it's just, here we go again.
That's the note we just got called in. Another one basically on that and according, it's a direct conflict to the last note. This one says Trump knows exactly what he's doing. All right, most people don't know the facts.
Well, what I'm asking myself with this whole Venezuela issue is, is it about the drugs? Is it about the oil? Is it about choking off Russia? Is he trying to pull a lever in a different part of the world that will get him to where he wants to be? Like, let's stop the war in Ukraine. And if we cut the flow of oil off to Russia, then can we then use that as a lever to say, well, if you want the oil back, just stop doing what you're doing. And I'm not sure that's the best way to go about doing it, but I wonder if that's in his mind and his advisors' minds, that's what they think they're trying to get to at this point in time.
Was it on any of your radars when this happened?
Venezuela?
Yeah.
No.
And I think that's, the person that just called in there.
The drug boats. Listen, I'm not sure I have a problem with him blowing boats full of drugs that are coming into this country up. We don't need any more. We have more drugs than we know what to do with. We don't want them anymore. Stop that flow of drugs coming in here. And I know that's a very difficult thing to do.
That was their economy, though.
Well, their economy used to be oil, though.
I know, but
and they were the richest South American country at one point in time. And then the dictators took over, took all that stuff, and now they're the poorest country in the world. That's the socialism effect, which I wonder what's going to happen in New York City with their democratic socialist as their mayor. I wonder what that city looks like. And there's a mayor in Dallas. The mayor of Dallas is opening his arms to any business, any financial services business in New York City that wants to relocate
and get out.
And you want to get out of New York City? Come on to Texas. And he wants to make Texas the financial capital of the world going forward. At some point, I think he said 2035. Wow. It was going to be like Dallas, Texas is going to be the financial capital of the world.
All right, have you seen what's going on now in Venezuela? Only now that it's a couple of days later, and all the excitement, and all the dancing in the streets has now stopped.
Yeah.
But now have you seen what's taken over now?
Well, now it's the governmental thugs going around trying to find people who are supporting this.
The pro-Maduro people are just stopping people in the streets, grabbing their phones to see if you did any kind of celebrating. And if they do, I don't know if they just kill you right away or they take you away.
Yeah, I think they take you
So
away.
they're really rather scared now.
Well, and I mean, right before I came here, there was something
Venezuela.
flashed up on the news going on in Iran now. And I just don't know how many, I understand what the caller is saying, like you have to trust your president, etc. We just seem to have a lot going on, a lot of interest going on. And it feels suffocating to the average American who, working in healthcare as one example, who feels the weight of what's going on in our own country with healthcare. Right. Can we just tackle
one big thing,
maybe 3 solid initiatives? You're in charge of a foundation. You talked about how many applicants you got in, all different types of needs.
Exactly.
It's overwhelming when you sit in the nonprofit side of things and you have a passion or an interest, and then you learn that there's 30,000 organizations that you would love to help, and you don't have enough money to help all of them. You can understand the scale of the seat of the president in terms of like you can't fix everything. Right. But my God, can we just have a focus of 1 or 2 or 3? I actually challenge your caller to call back with what 3 things they think are the most important for us to be focusing our attention on right now. Because I got to tell you, Venezuela was not on the top of my list, and now we're in it. And so what do we do?
Now it is the top of the list.
And so it's just scary stuff. I don't know if all of this will even get solved in our lifetime. Honestly, we have so many things now outstanding. I don't think we'll see a lot of things close off.
I think your midterm elections are going to solve some. We're going to go back to gridlock after the midterm elections.
I agree with that.
And I'm okay with that. Gridlock might be okay.
We need a breath. I think we need a breath.
Gridlock might be all right.
All right, speaking of breath, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program right now. Here, we take a breath.
Okay.
And we'll take a look at the forecast being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for the Blackstone Valley. There's a chance of freezing rain mainly before noontime today, patchy fog before 8 a.m., then patchy fog after 11 a.m. The patchy freezing fog may occur in between. Cloudy skies today with a high of 37, calm wind. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 29. Thursday's weather, sunshine and 44. Friday, mostly cloudy skies, high of 50, and a 50-50 chance of rain for Friday and Friday night. Saturday, 70% chance of rain is likely, cloudy and 49. Saturday night, 80% chance of more rain. Sunday, 60% chance of rain likely, mostly cloudy and 47. Sunday night, more rain, but starting to diminish. By Monday, sunshine and 36, and Tuesday, partly sunny skies and a high of 41 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, cloudy skies and 33 degrees. It's time to treat yourself to a better night's sleep, and Mattress Warehouse can help. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattresses sets. Plus, get 0% interest financing and free delivery only at Mattress Warehouse.
Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up gołąbki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
On ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee and here on ON Radio. Joe Callan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. And Tim, guess what? Time for first message.
All right.
From
Well, you know
Navigant
what?
Credit Union.
Let's at the end of the year, last year we talked about our season of giving and how we were running a campaign for an organization called Feed Our Eye in Rhode Island, and I am just absolutely over the moon thrilled to report that we originally had a goal for raising funds for the organization of $15,000, and the credit union would match the $15,000. Well, due to the generosity of our members and the community at large to try to help those that organization, the foundation in the branches alone raised $35,000.
Wow.
So $35,000 plus the credit union upped their match to $30,000. So we're able to give to Feed Our Eye a little over $65,000
It's awesome.
to help the school-based food pantry program that they are presenting, and we're just over the moon excited, and we want to thank all of our members who bought those little spoons in the branches. You're going to help thousands of kids throughout Rhode Island have a meal that they might not have already had, and that's tremendous impact for us, and we're really super proud of that. We're proud of our members. We're thankful for our members and friends and people in the community who all participated. So just on that very good note to start the year off, we want you all to know that it was successful. And you know what?
Feed Our Eye must have been
Feed Our Eye is
pretty excited.
blown away, I think, over the whole thing as well. None of us really anticipated it was going to be as successful as it was. So, look for things that we try to do at the foundation going forward, where we're identifying these really good organizations that are doing good things in the community. We're going to try to help them out collectively. And who knows what's next. But we're really happy. And again, Navigant Credit Union and the Navigant Credit Union Charitable Foundation is behind those efforts.
Very good, Tim. Well,
That's a feel-good story.
While Tim was talking, we gave the Milk Fund calendar raffle barrel
Another feel-good story.
Another
to
feel-good
Melissa, who reached in.
I was trying not to be loud while you were getting your
swirled
message
around.
out
Did a
there.
good job.
And now picked out a winner. And today's winner receives a $25 Amazon gift card.
Hey now.
So when we contact this person, we'll take their name and put them back in the bucket so they could possibly win again. And we'll be doing this throughout the month of January. So we'll be doing it next Wednesday and the following and so on, right up until the 28th with you guys. So today's winner has been pulled out by Melissa Smith. And who do we have?
So, so happy to report they have very good penmanship, and I can read it very clearly. I feel like last year when I did this, it was rough. I was like, oh, I think I said every letter out loud. Really slow, dragged out the announcement like I'm doing right now. The winner is no, thank you, Angela Rondo.
All right.
Very, very Angela good. Rondo.
Rondo. Rondo. Rondo?
Yeah,
Rondo.
you got it right.
Yeah, Rondo.
You did it right.
Angela Rondo.
All right, perfect. And we'll she gives her address but doesn't give a town, but that's fine. But we'll contact her, and then her name will go back in the bucket. Congratulations. She wins the $25 gift card to Amazon. We'll be drawing tomorrow. Then tomorrow's gift is also a $25 gift card to Amazon.
And don't they have their... Isn't there like a big spring something? They do something in the spring where it's kind of like a Black Friday-ish type event. Amazon?
Yeah, they do.
Or
they have a... You're right.
Special like flash sale something. So great time to have a gift card for those deals.
There you go. All right, Melissa, you put out the call to the person that sent in the note.
You knew that was going to happen.
And they did.
Oh,
so there you go.
All right, here we go. What do you got?
He just says more positive stuff has happened in the past year than under any other president. Everyone is looking through the keyhole. I love hearing opinions from people who aren't in the front lines, who only know what they hear from people who may be spinning the facts. So,
but that wasn't three.
Those are my three things.
We want three things.
I want their three things.
He didn't give the three things, so sorry, that didn't come in.
I actually wasn't even asking for Trump's top three things. I really would like to know what he thinks are the three most
important things.
I don't know, he, she.
Right.
Yeah.
Are the three most important things to you to get addressed right now?
Right.
Okay,
is
maybe
is it affordability? Is it the price of gas? Is it security? Is it
healthcare?
Drugs? Healthcare?
We'll see.
You know, there's so many things.
There are a lot of people
and
out
that's
there.
going to be the question, really. I think in this midterm election is going to be what are the three things? Because that's what the pollsters ask. What are the three things that are important to you? As a
and I
voter?
find it interesting. You used to say people who are in their 20s coming out of college getting healthcare, like they say to themselves, "I'm young, I'm healthy. Do I really need healthcare?" They don't really have a full grasp on what healthcare is being offered to them through their new employers or whatever. And really the focus is like people who are like, let's say 40 to 80 as being the people who are most concerned with what's going on in healthcare. I find that shifting entirely. And I think that's because copays are going up tremendously. I feel like people's like healthcare bundles, what they're contributing every month has gone up tremendously. Like I think it's affecting all ages now. So everyone has an invested interest in understanding like, how are these changes? How pharmaceuticals, like getting prescribed a med? I was just reading, my cousin had posted that she has COVID, and is it Pavlovic's?
Pavlovic's.
Pavlovic's?
Yeah.
Was prescribed by her doctor. She went to pick it up. It was going to be $600.
Really?
Which made no sense. And she's got insurance, whatever. Went back to the doctor's office, called them, said, this isn't going to work for me, like whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, we should have told you, jump on this site, find this coupon, you're going to get it for $0. Like, but how many people would just say, okay, I'm going to pay it. I'm desperate. I've just got COVID. I'm feeling yucky. I want it. But it's just all that stuff. People are tired of going through hoops with drugs and whatever else.
I have a question about that. So they just said, go on this website, the pharmacies, go to the website and fill out blah, 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 and it'll cost you nothing because you get a coupon. Well, who's paying for that? If it was $800 to the regular general consumer, and all of a sudden, by going to a website, signing up, you get a coupon, it's $0.
Yeah.
You went from $600 to $0. So where's that money coming from? Who's paying for that?
Here's what bothers me the most is the more I soak up everybody's stories regarding, especially let's focus on pharmaceuticals. It's like you have to constantly, I'm a good shopper, so I'm always looking for a good deal. So I'm going to dive in and I'm going to try to find whatever I can with a coupon.
Right.
But there's some people who, like, my doctor gave me the script. This is what I need to take. I'm picking it up at the pharmacy. I'm going to pay that.
Yeah.
And it might put me in debt for the next couple months. But this is my only option, not to challenge back. And I will say similarly, different med. But my daughter went to the dermatologist over the summer, got prescribed a med for her cystic acne. Fortunately, it's a little pharmacy in Providence that makes these compound meds.
Yeah, all right.
Nice pharmacist called me and said, so I just want to let you know your daughter's prescription's been called in. It's going to cost about $350 for this topical ointment. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he says, and what I want you to tell me is, please call my daughter's dermatologist office and ask if there's an alternative compound that's a generic version that you would like for me to mix together that might cost you only $5. And I'm like, what the heck is right? So again,
Well, good for the pharmacist.
He was amazing,
yeah.
right? And actually,
And
I
this
should.
is what you say.
Yeah, and I want you to ask me this question.
But I think there's a disconnect between, and I don't blame the doctors. I don't. I think the doctors have a lot on their plate. They're just trying to say, okay, you have this, you have this, you have this. Here's your script, go fill it.
Yeah.
The pharmacists maybe now are starting to see the impact on people when they're going to bring out their credit card and make a payment and say, holy cannoli, like this is crazy.
I'm just,
know?
and I, as a marketing guy, I should probably not say this, but
Say it, Tim.
I just, if you just stop spending money on advertising drugs that I just can't go over the counter and grab,
Yeah.
right?
All these prescription drugs that advertise.
Why are we spending this much money on these drugs so that you can influence somebody to go to their doctor and say, I need this drug? And if the doctor's really good, hopefully they're going to go, well, you don't really need that drug. We could do this one.
Yeah.
Right? But because they've been influenced by the pharmaceutical industry, because the salespeople go in and bring them the cookies and the donuts and all the other stuff that they get, right?
It's a lot.
Let's just stop all that BS.
All of
right?
it.
Stop
All of it. Stop it.
Stop all of it. Produce your drugs. Make your money on your research and development, because that's where it is. Take the money that you're spending on advertising and put it back into the drug R&D program.
R&D, yeah.
Then maybe you don't have to charge so much for the drugs anymore. I mean, to me,
That's way too
basic
logical,
consume,
Tim.
basic.
I'm going to give you 2 quick stories, very fast, I promise, because Joe's
Okay.
probably cringing. He has a whole list of bad stories he wants to share.
That's right.
And I want to make sure he gets to them. But as a seasonal allergy person who needs Flonase, not all the time, maybe twice a year. I'm a fall spring hitter, right? So Flonase works well for me, but you don't need to do it for very long from my position. Other people do, whatever. I run out. I haven't been to the doctors in a while. I could go to the pharmacy and I could buy it for $30.
Yep.
Or I can pay a $30 copay, go to my doctor, get a script for it, renew my script for it,
Yep.
pick it up at the pharmacy, and it's $5. That's my issue. Like, am I going to go pay total $35 to
Yep.
get that script, or just get it over the counter? Why is it $5 behind the counter with a script
Yeah.
and $30 on the shelf?
Right.
Makes no sense to me. And then I got my copay for $30. I think it just got increased to $40 now.
Yep.
But it's so backwards.
I know.
So that is my issue. And I will my second quick story is I just went to Greece. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I learned being on that trip with some young people that tickety talk land. Pharmacies in Europe are like the bomb. Evidently, they are all viral all over Twitter. All the things that you can get in pharmacies in Greece that are like a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
It's in terms of skincare and holistic treatments like supplements, whatever else.
Yep.
Proven absolutely correct. I
Okay.
went there and I didn't even know of half the products, and I just wrote a few down, came to America, saw them in our... So topical creams that were like $85, $90 with retinol in it
Yep.
were $5 on the shelf in Europe. Same product, same production, everything.
Yep.
Why is that? So
Well,
this is
you
an
know,
issue.
So to the caller earlier, one of the things that I think Trump was trying to do, whether he's doing it or not, is to say, listen, you have to charge the people in the United States the same amount of money as you're charging for your product in European countries. And that's, but because we can pay for it, and we do, because we just like to abuse ourselves, they continue to charge these ridiculous prices. Whereas in Europe, I don't know whether it's regulated that they can only charge so much, or it's competitive and they're making their money in the U.S. so they don't have to make it in Europe, so they can sell it in Europe. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's
The whole
insane.
thing is crazy.
Not that Massachusetts does everything correctly all the time. However, when it comes to prescriptions, there is a state, and a pharmacist told me this, state law in Massachusetts, when they get a prescription in, they have to go look for the generic version first.
Yeah.
And so you wouldn't have had that conversation
Nope.
with the Providence pharmacist.
Yeah.
He just would have automatically
done it.
and said, "Here's the generic version, and it's $5."
Well, he has my
If there-
business for life, so maybe he was trying to be a salesman. Maybe he was like,
maybe.
yeah.
Was successful.
But if there obviously if there is no generic version, okay, you're going to get the higher priced one. But I didn't realize it was, because I said it one time. I said, "This is not what I ordered or what
Yeah.
the doctor ordered." They said, "No, that's the generic version."
Yeah.
Oh, is it the same stuff? Yeah, we have. And then they said, "Oh, yeah, we have to give you state law. We
Right.
have to look for a generic version first, and if
Right.
it's available, That's what we sell you.
But you've got
State law.
big pharma that is not going to
Wow.
take
Okay.
any of these ideas that we have that could reduce the price because
Well, all of it needs
Okay.
to be
the reality is if they get rid of all their advertising, that's money they could put back into their bottom line.
right.
Well, you would think so.
Well, what's
Yeah.
happening now is people are getting away from pharmaceuticals. People are like, even in terms of physical therapy, I have a friend with a child who needs child PT right now. She herself is a PT, ironic part of the story, but works full time. Kid needs PT, needs it to come to the home, whatever. She just got walloped with a new, I guess the deductible, whatever, because he's been in it for a while, like wasn't really phased by it. Now the deductible ended and starting back up again, new year, whatever. And she's paying like $60 a session for an hour of PT out of pocket. And she's like 3 sessions a week for like the next 12 weeks. She's
Start
like,
adding up.
this is a lot of money.
Right.
And it's true. People avoid PT, myself included. I had my accident with my ankle a couple of years ago. And it's like, there's no way I was going to, and mine was going to be $60 as well per session.
So I'm working with a nutritionist, right? Clearly, well, not working at the moment, but it will be working. It will be working. And I started working in November with the nutritionist, and I had already met my deductible for my health plan, so I wasn't paying anything. I have an HSA, so I have to pay out of pocket for my up to a deductible amount. I pay out of pocket for full service, not even like I get the contract rate from Blue Cross, but I still have to pay the service.
Right.
But once I hit like $6,000, then everything else is covered, just like it would be normally. But it requires me to shop, be a consumer. That's what this program does. That's what HSAs do. They force you to be a consumer and find the better deal. But I wondered, and I asked the nutritionist, I said, listen, now that the new year has happened, I'm just curious, what is this actually going to cost me? What are you guys at Rhode Island Nutrition going to bill my health care for your services? Because now I got to take out my credit card and pay for that. So if that service is like $75 a session, now I begin to ask myself, okay, do I really want to do this? I'm trying to save money in this HSA so that when I do retire, I can use the money that I've saved to pay for the health care, insurance that I'm going to need to get me to the 60 until I get to 67 or whatever it is. So, but it forces you to be a consumer. So a lot of these healthcare programs are, if you're moving to an HSA, and a lot of places are starting to move that direction where they're telling you just, instead of paying $120 of your salary, whatever it is, for a family plan, Blue Cross or whatever your insurance is, you're going to pay like $50, but you're going to have a high deductible, and that other, now you're going to take that other $50 or $60, put it in an account, and then you're going to pay your bills going along until you reach a certain point.
And some people would say, I'm going to take the cheaper option every month and pray that I don't get sick or need anything.
That's exactly what happened.
And that's,
All right,
exactly.
we're going to take another break. So, Melissa, do you have to leave, or what's the
what
what's
time are we?
system?
I'm so glad you said something. I totally do. I thought it was
Joe, get out.
8:35, 8:40. It's 10 of 9.
No, it's almost 10 of.
Yeah, you need
Holy
to go.
cow. I'm going.
All right.
Great to see everybody.
Great to see you. We'll see you next week.
I'll say hi to
Say
Bishop
hi to the
Bruce
bishop
for you.
for
Yeah,
us.
say hi to
That'd be
Bishop.
great. So we'll see you next week. And Tim, time for a second message from
So,
Navigant Credit Union.
real quick, end of the beginning of the new year, of course, everybody's got their New Year's resolutions out there, and a lot of people are, going to look at their finances as one of those New Year's resolutions. We're going to get things under control. We're going to not pay high interest rates or whatever that might be. So if you're looking to evaluate your banking services, and you decided that, maybe it's time for a fresh start, come see us at Navigant Credit Union. If you're looking to consolidate some debt that you accumulated last year into either a personal loan or a home equity loan or a line of credit, Navigant Credit Union has a full array of those services for you. Your son or daughter may be looking to start their own financial journey, and so you can look at our Embark account for our youth, and that's a great way for students to start, building their financial their financial healthy habits. So lots of different services at the credit union. Watch out, because we're also going to be introducing a new line of credit cards coming up here at the end of January. We'll talk about that then. But there's a lot going on at Navigant, and we hope that you'll all give us an opportunity to earn your business. And you can call us at 233-4700, or you can visit us online at navigantcu.org.
All right, Tim, thanks. More of Coffee and coming up. Please stick around.
Join the Coffee and Panel weekday mornings at 8 on ON Radio. Don't get caught out in the cold this winter. Inferno Audio offers top-tier remote car starters. Heat up your ride from inside your cozy home. No more freezing your fingers, scraping ice off your windshield. And when you need a new key for your vehicle, before heading to the dealer, stop in to see Keith at Inferno Audio, Clinton Street, Woonsocket, for a less expensive option. Be sure to visit infernoaudio.com.
Join us for the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center's annual winter fundraiser at Cello's in Woonsocket on Sunday, January 18th. Up to 20% of your check will be donated to the center. Everyone who participates will be entered into a free drawing for Cello's gift cards and other prizes. A coupon is needed to participate and can be obtained at The Honey Shop, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, Belo's Flowers, Pine Swap Place, Missy's Family Restaurant, Little General on Cumberland Hill Road, Creative Impressions, or print the coupon from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee Ann here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Tim Draper. Now, Melissa Smith had to go. So you talked about if it's a $600 price and then you do this, now it's zero. Well, who's paying? So we got a note in, and Dave did a little research for us on us.
Dave.
And so a little research on GoodRx and the similar plans. So according to the internet, and it must be right.
The interwebs.
According to the internet research, they work by outing the overinflated prices the pharmaceutical companies charge and make a reasonable offer to get you the coupon for the cheap drugs. So in other words, if it costs $10 to make, but the marker can extort $80 from the customer and insurance companies in the U.S., it will do so. However, when threatened by GoodRx with a lawsuit, they will sell it for $10 and GoodRx sells it to you for $11.
Huh.
Don't know if this is if it's all truth, but that's what I read from what I consider a reliable source.
So again, it is the pharmaceutical companies, as lots of businesses do. I'm not saying it's just pharmaceutical companies, but this is a good example.
Jacking up their price.
Pharmaceutical companies are betting on the fact that you're not a good consumer.
Yes.
That you'll just do what they ask you to do.
The price.
Marketing, brilliant marketing people out there with their fancy jingles and their ads and all that other stuff for Paxlovid and all those other great. Right. Big giant productions, and they're going to get people to just say, "Well, I really want that. I need it. I need that because that's going to make me better."
Yeah.
And doctors are like, "Okay, if that's what you want, that's what you can have." Boom, and then they write a description for it, and then the insurance companies, who by the way are not doing GLP-1s anymore, I don't think they're not insuring GLP-1s because they're $1,500 a shot or whatever that is. So yeah, I think that the pharmaceutical companies in this particular situation are banking on consumers just not interested in doing the shopping that they need to do.
But I've also run across, and maybe I just got a fantastic prescription coverage of my health insurance, where I said, they said, here's the price of this drug. I said, what is it under GoodRx? It was higher.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, then we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with this one.
Right.
Said, okay. Well,
if GoodRx is if they're like if they're a consumer advocacy type organization where they're threatening pharmaceutical companies in order to get prices lower so that they can then turn around and sell it slightly higher. It's Robin Hood. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul type deal.
All right. Away from pharmaceuticals, I don't know if you heard this story, but the Brown University shooter, he filmed himself in the storage unit.
Yep.
And saying, yep, it was me.
Yeah.
And he shows no remorse. He doesn't give a reason why he did it, but he talked about, I've been planning this out over several semesters to do this. And that's about it.
There's got to be more, and I think there is more to the story, and they haven't shared it yet. But
this is the first thing that DOJ has put out. I can't
believe that a guy would go through that kind of planning without having a reason for doing it. I just want to do it.
I don't know what he had against
the MIT professor. What is that all about?
I'm just making an assumption, but that's just a jealousy thing.
I think so, but
that's what it looks like. Not yet, and I don't think he was just going after. He wasn't targeting students. He was somehow targeting Brown University.
He was saying that he could have done way worse.
He probably could have.
I think he said it in the video. I could have done a whole lot worse. He wanted to go into a hall, I think, at first.
Like a classroom?
No, like one of those lecture halls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Okay.
and then
With like
ended
100
up
kids in
in
it.
a classroom, I guess. And he scoped it all out. He also talked about running into the guy living in the building, right? The homeless guy.
Yeah.
John, the homeless guy. Talked about running into him a few times, and like he was shocked that it took so long for the police to find him. Was another thing that he was shocked about.
Wow.
And the whole Allah Akbar thing that they said he yelled.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't say any of that.
No, okay.
I didn't say. I don't know where they heard that from, but I never said it. Then he's
Oh,
like,
we're making stuff
I don't,
up? Wow.
I don't hate the U.S. So it wasn't. It wasn't
okay.
like a terrorist thing. He was mad at the United States. Didn't say anything about Brown, but he didn't say anything about the U.S.
Yeah.
And he talked about. He said, I'm not apologizing because in my lifetime nobody ever apologized to me.
Okay.
And I'm like, for what?
I don't,
Well, what's
yeah,
this?
I don't
What's
know.
this? You've been wronged through your whole life, apparently, and you snapped this way. But it's not like he even snapped. It
No,
was
but
planned.
planned out.
It was
Yeah.
well planned out.
Well, yeah. Okay. You talked about how the mayor of Dallas said, okay,
Yeah.
all you financial institutions,
Yeah.
move your headquarters to us if you
Yeah.
want to get out of New York City. New release data shows not only are businesses being asked to go to Texas, people are just moving to Texas.
Yeah.
That's the new place. This is according to U-Haul, which released data on the number of one-way movers in each state.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's going to Texas, and here's my U-Haul trailer. Just do what you want with it now.
Texas is the new Florida.
It is. Florida comes in second, then North Carolina, Tennessee, and then South Carolina.
Yep.
The top 5 states people are moving out of,
Got to be Rhode Island, one of them.
not in the top 5.
All right.
California, I can see that.
Yeah.
Illinois, I can see that as well, because
Yep.
Illinois is crazy.
yeah.
New Jersey, you can see that. New York, I know people that live in upstate New York and hate it.
Yeah.
Because
When you
only
define-
because of the taxes
So
in New York is crazy.
define for me what you consider upstate New York, because there's two different versions of upstate New York.
I'm anything like Albany, Buffalo, Rochester,
That's
Syracuse.
upstate.
That's
to
upstate
you,
New
right?
York
That to me too. That's upstate New York to me. But a lot of people say that the city, man, the Hudson
And-
Valley, that's upstate New York. I'm like, no, it's not. Upstate is up near the
near Canada.
Great Lakes.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I consider upstate New
I
York.
guess I think New Yorkers look at upstate as being more the city and
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just know that
that's what I heard.
friends complain about how expensive it is in New York.
Oh, it is. It's
to
ridiculously
live.
expensive.
And then number 5 is Massachusetts. Moving on to Mass to
So-
go to someplace. I think they just want to get out of the cold.
Well, they have that millionaires tax, right, in Massachusetts. That was
Yes.
another one of those conversations that's starting in the legislature in Rhode Island, and there's conflicting reports. Some reports say that Massachusetts has seen great growth in revenue from the millionaires because of the millionaires tax,
Okay.
and that they are not moving out of state. But I wonder if it's the millionaires. That statistic you just talked about, is it the millionaires that are going somewhere else,
They
or
don't
is it
say.
the regular people who are just saying we can't afford to be in this state?
Well,
We're out.
I'm thinking it's the regular people because they're the ones renting the U-Hauls.
Oh, true. That's
The
true.
millionaires.
So that's
probably
how they're
not
doing it. They're
renting
doing it.
U-Hauls.
They're doing a U-Haul. Okay,
Well,
yeah.
that's where the study come from.
Yeah.
U-Haul company, and how many? Let's say we had 1,000 people, to use
Yeah.
an easy number, that said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to pick it up in Massachusetts and I'm dropping it off in Texas."
right.
And so they calculate this all out. Okay, we had 1,000 people go to Texas in the past year, so they become the new state where people are
Yeah.
moving to.
Right.
So, all right. In case you're following this, Nick Reiner, the one that was accused of killing his father
sad.
and his stepmother, is it?
I think it's a step.
Well, okay, he's no longer on suicide watch. How about
Right.
that? I didn't know that. He's and that's ahead of his scheduled arraignment on murder charges, which is coming up soon.
Yeah.
Citing law enforcement sources, TMZ reports Reiner no longer has to wear a suicide prevention smock at a jail in downtown L.A. Removing the smock is reportedly standard operating procedure when an inmate does not attempt suicide for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He is due in his court for his arraignment today, as a matter of fact. So,
Well, it's
okay.
interesting. If he was all strung out on drugs when he did that, and he's had substance abuse problems, well documented substance abuse problems his whole life, I would imagine being in prison means he's not getting any of those things.
Well, not now, yeah.
Right. So he's now probably on some sort of medication, withdrawal medication.
Well, since he's off the suicide watch, he remains in what they call the high observation housing.
Right.
Per a judge's order. So we're just going to keep an eye on him. This and so like that.
Yeah, that's
so.
such a sad situation.
Yep, sure is. Now, for the hunters in the audience out here, and the 14th annual Big Buck Photo Contest is underway in Alabama.
All right.
Hunters are encouraged to submit photos of their bucks that were harvested in the Black Belt region this deer season. That seems to be the thing. After we kill it, we go take our picture with it.
Well, you hang it on the rack where you're going to dress it, and you take a picture of it before you dress it.
So the contest ends February 13th. The winner only receives a $100 gift card, and that's it.
Well,
I guess your prize is the buck
the
that you actually got. So,
right. I mean, hopefully those people, and generally most of them do, they'll process that buck that they use and they'll get meat from it. And there's uses for what they're doing. They're not just going out discriminately, I think, shooting deer for the antlers to hang on their wall.
All right. One more story, and then we'll have to wrap things up. A man is in jail after Savannah police in Georgia arrested him in connection to a shooting that killed another man. You know what they are arguing over, Tim? A parking spot at the local Target.
Well, was it during Christmas time? Because I could probably understand that a little bit better.
Authorities arrested 30-year-old Tyler Lynn on Sunday after he responded to a report of a shooting at a Target on some street in Savannah. Police say the victim, Matthew Trawick, was found with gunshot wounds and was taken to a hospital. He later died of his injuries. Police say Lynn served in the Army for 8 years as an unmanned aircraft systems repairer. He's being charged with murder and aggravated assault. So I guess it took place here after Christmas. And I can understand if you're waiting for someone to pull out and then someone steals your spot.
It was
I don't think it's worth shooting somebody over.
It was a military guy that did the shooting.
Yes.
I wonder if he had PTSD and all that other stuff. I mean, he was a drone operator or mechanic, so it's not like he was necessarily
shooting others
in the battlefield.
In battle. So.
Man, that's hard.
And Mickey Rourke says he doesn't need the money from some GoFundMe page that's been started for him.
Have you seen him?
Not lately.
Man, does he look awful.
Yeah, not good.
Awful. Well, I mean, all the plastic surgery he's had over the years, and he admits that he was just a bad human being.
The movie, though, you ever see the movie The Wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's just awful.
And he looks great in that movie.
But
he's going downhill from there.
You know, when you think of his early work and where he is when he did his, the last movie I think I saw him in was Iron Man 3 or Iron Man 2 when he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
He just looked bad then. I'm like, that's Mickey Rourke?
Oh. Well, we're going to wrap things up. So we thank you very much for listening in, everyone. We thank Melissa Smith for being here. Tim Draper, thanks for being here as well.
Thanks for having me. And everybody go out there, and even though it's cloudy, enjoy the God-given day.
All right. This is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your members coming up right after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump says Venezuela is turning over 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to the U.S.